Hi everyone. I've had a lot of questions in the last few weeks, and actually in the last couple of years, people have really liked Plickers. So I wanted to show you a little bit about what Plickers does, and we'll take a look around to see if we can get you set up with that. So Plickers. If you don't know already, basically what Plickers does, it's an interactive way to do some formative assessment in your classroom if you don't have a lot of technology, which is fantastic. So if you only have maybe one device or a couple of devices, or if you just are bringing in your own device, for myself, for many years, including this year, we don't really have a ton of technology in the classroom as far as devices. So basically, what I have is I have my phone, I have a couple of iPads, but this is really great because you can get a kind of a heads up of where all of your kids are, and they don't need any technology to do that. So let me show you around the website a little bit. Let me show you a little bit about what this is. So there is an app. The app looks like this. I don't know if you can really see this up here. It's this little Plickers. So you click on that, and you have all of the classes I've made. I have all of the questions that I've made inside of there. So let me show you a little bit about what this website does. So before you get started, you do need to sign up for an account. Okay, I'm just going to sign into an account, but it is free. So that's always good. Free is always good, especially for teachers, right? So this right here is the basic dashboard of everything that I've created in the past. Yours will be a little, I guess maybe a little cleaner once you first log in because you don't have all these areas in here. So, very first thing to know, and I guess I would probably tell you before you get started with anything, log in, create your account, and then you're going to make these cards. Okay, these cards right here. These cards sort of looks like a QR code. You could print out up to 60 of these. Okay, so you can have a class of up to 60 kids. I think I printed 40 of them just to be on the safe side, but just print as many as you need for your class. So each one of them, like I said, is a little different. So I have all of these right here, and notice that each way that you hold the card is different, and that's going to be important in just a couple of seconds when I show you what this app does. So basically what we're going to do is we are going to first start off with a class. You want to make a class. So you're just going to add a class, which down here in the bottom corner, as you can see, it says add new class. I just have all these test classes that I've done courses with in the past. And of course, I have my class from this year, which is the 2015-2016 class. You can delete classes, you can archive classes, you can do all that good stuff. However, we're going to add a new class, and you're going to name the class, name the year, or select the grade level, and then also choose a subject. If you teach elementary, just do general education and you'll be good to go. And then you're going to save it from there. So I'm just going to show you one of the classes that I already have. So I clicked on there. What's really great about this is that you can reassign numbers. So basically these cards right here, these cards that we were talking about, they have a number. They have a number right up in the top. Actually, it's in all of the corners. So this is number 9. Okay, so this is number 9. Each student is assigned to one of these cards, right? So, for example, Anthony is always number 1, Lainey is number 2, and so on and so forth. Really simple to add a class. So if you have your blank class in front of you when you go to do this, you just enter the student's first name, enter. Next student, enter. It's very, very simple, and it automatically assigns all of the cards to the kids. Okay, so you don't have to say, oh, which number am I going to give Anthony? You don't need to do that. You type their name in, it automatically assigns that. Notice over on the right hand side over here, it does go up to, oh, I think I lied. I think I said 60. It looks like you can go up to 62 kids in a class. So if you do have a really large class, or if you're doing this in a maybe some sort of setting where you're in a college or something along those lines, you can do up to 62 kids at the same time. You can print the roster. That way you have it laid out for you so you always remember which student is which card. I did not do this, but last year when I did this, I just wrote the kids' names on the back of the card. Okay, so you have that. Okay, so, I should have probably told you exactly how this works and what you actually do. So you're going to create some questions. I'm going to go over to my library, and I'm going to create a new question. And you either have the option to do multiple choice or true false. Okay, so I'm just going to type in which one of the words is a noun. All right, so let's do running. Let's do hyena. Let's do walk. And also let's do fluffy. Okay. All right, so obviously hyena is my correct answer, so I'm just going to go ahead and I selected the correct answer. You can do more than one correct answer, just so you're aware. Notice that there is a little button here for add image as well, which can be extremely helpful. Okay, so if you want to show the kids a picture and you want to have them answer the question about the picture, then that is an option. Okay, so I'm going to save and create new. Actually, I'm just going to save. I'm not going to create a new, so I'm just going to save that question. And now notice that that's here. After you make all the questions, okay, so you have an option. You can create a new folder and you can put these questions in a specific folder. That way you have them from year to year. You can reuse those. So if you're doing one on, parts of speech, you could make a folder called parts of speech and then stick this question in the parts of speech folder. That way you always have it. Now you'll notice down here on the bottom right underneath the question it says add to queue. So I'm going to click that. And now notice that all of the classes that I've ever made are there, okay? So I'm just going to click 2015-2016 class. And now it is all set. You can see right there that it's assigned to that class, okay? Now, I'm just going to run through the quick version of this, but I'm just going to head on over to live view. Okay, and now I'm going to open up my app. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to open that up. Okay. And all right, so I just clicked on 2015, 2016, the class that I stuck that into. Okay, and in just a second here, I'm going to click on live view again. There we go. All right, so now from my device, there's one question in there, which is the question that I just assigned to this class a couple of seconds ago. Okay, so I'm going to click on that question. And notice what happens. So this needs to be projected up on the screen. So you need to have some sort of projector or a TV, something where the kids can see the question. So really great thing about this is this, and I know it's kind of difficult to show you here, but every one of the students in the classroom is going to have, remember, this card. They're going to have that at their seats. Now let me show you this because I failed to show you this before. On this, and I'll try to hold it up as close as I possibly can. There's a letter on each side. So there's C, D, A, and B. So I'm going to be standing towards the front of the room. The kids are going to have their cards. I'm going to have my app out. Okay, I'm going to have this right here out in front of me. And I'm going to scan around because this is turning my camera on. I'm going to scan around the room. The kids are going to be holding up their card with the letter that they think it is. So let's say in this case, we do know that this one is B. So they're going to be holding up the card with the B towards the top of the card. So they're going to hold this straight up in the air. Make sure their fingers are not on it because it won't read it. Have this right up in the air. They're not going to say anything because obviously we want to see the entire class and how they're doing. I'm going to be scanning around the room. And when I do that, there's a little button down here right on the bottom. If you can see this, it says scan. So when I click scan, yes, we're going to use my camera. Okay. So when I do scan, I'm going to be looking around the room. I want to see if I can actually get this in here for you. I'm not sure. This is probably a little difficult to see. But I am going to go like this right here. Oh, this is more difficult than I thought. Let's see. Okay. All right, so that just read that for my student. So basically, when I'm scanning around the room with my phone, it's picking up the answers that the kids are holding up in the air on those cards, okay? So if you guys have used the clickers before, like the little clickers, we used to have these. Basically, they're very expensive. This is an alternative. And it's free, like I said, which is so much better, okay? So up on the front screen, this is going to be showing you all of the data. And as I scan the cards, the student is going to show up. This is going to show up as being blue. So like where it says Anthony, this little box is going to turn blue. Okay, you can reveal the answer, but I would very highly suggest that maybe you don't do that because when you reveal the answer, if it's on a smart board or if it's on your you have it projected up in the front, that is going to it's going to show red or green next to the student's name, and you probably don't want to do that, especially in an elementary classroom because the kids are going to get a little embarrassed. So you can go through this entire process And if you probably want to plan ahead and you want to do some questions based on maybe like test review would be perfect. Maybe you have 10 or 15 questions and you go throughout this entire process. The really cool thing about this, there's this little graph over here, and it does show you A, B, C, D, and it shows you the number of kids that said each one of those. If you reveal the answer here, it does show the graph turns into either red or green bars. So that way it's less embarrassing for students. If you're on students, it's going to show every single kid if they got it right or wrong. If you're in the graph, it's just going to say a general overview. How many kids got it right? How many kids got it wrong? And you'll be good to go from there. Okay, so that's just a basic overview of Plickers. I think, like I said, it's a really good app. It's a great website, and the best part about the entire thing is, like I said, that it's free. So if you have a little bit of time to check it out and play around a little bit, go ahead and do so. If you need some help with this, don't be afraid to don't hesitate to send me an email. I'll be happy to help you out and go from there. My email address is danmault@gmail.com. It's DANMAULT @gmail.com. Thanks for watching.